Hey guys, Michael from GG here. Today we are going over the best abilities in Madden on both sides of the ball. Let's get started here with the O-line abilities. So my O-line abilities, it's going to be hard to show in practice mode, but I'll just kind of show you here what I have. So let's start with like my center here. These other two, fully one snatch talent, don't really matter. The biggest thing, what you guys want is at least a secure pro and an edge pro. At least like they both provide the same purpose, but you want at least one, if not two, if not three of these on your field. In MUT, these are going for like 1 AP, 0 AP. They're very, very cheap. What they do is they counter edge threat into double or nothing defensive abilities. Those abilities on defense, if you do not have Edge Pro or Secure Pro, will shed you every single play. These are the counter to them. That's why they are absolute must-haves. If you do not have Secure Pro and or Edge Pro, and your opponents have Edge Threat or double or nothing, they will black shed you every single play, and it becomes very, very annoying and almost, quite frankly, impossible to stop to throw the ball consistently because they are black shedding you that often. This one right here I have on my right guard, you see here from Creed Humphrey, is Identifier. I love Identifier because it is a 0 AP ability. I would highly recommend this because what this does is it shows who your opponent is using every play. So if someone hides on a corner, maybe users a D lineman, users a safety, maybe users a linebacker you're not anticipating, etc. You're going to be able to see that every play, and that is super, super helpful and a must-have on your O-line for 0 AP. For the other ones I have here, I have let me show you my left tackle one right here. So Joe Thomas, threat detector. Post up I have my guard is fine. It's definitely not needed. It helps with double teams. So if your opponent sends 3 a lot, and this will help create less block sheds because you have this post up. But I wouldn't say it's needed. It's helpful but not needed. I am more worried about threat detector. Threat detector, I think, is the best O-line ability. Besides, Secure Pro and Edge Pro are the best versus Edge Threat if your opponent has that. If they don't have it, Threat Detector is hands down the best. The reason why I say that is this. As you can see here with the description, it highlights blitzers on 3rd and 4th down. So on the most important downs of the game, 3rd and 4th down, you'll get to tell whether or not your opponent is setting 3, 4, 5, etc. It is a super, any ability that shows player, I think, is ridiculously good. I think it's overpowered. Like, it's something that personally I think is almost too good for the game. But anyways, threat detector is like a must-have. So Secure Pro and or Edge Pro, Identifier, and threat detector are abilities that you're going to want on your O-line. Let's get to the receiving core, boys. So watch Michael Irvin on the right side of the field. He's going to be an absolute touchdown. Just watch him, a streak, lob, boom, easy money, right? Now, the reason why he is a touchdown is because he has the short out elite ability. Short out elite, what it does here, you see here on the right. Short out elite will beat, ignore the description. Short out elite is like, it's kind of like a glitch, basically. If your opponent runs press man coverage, he will cook every single time versus press man. So as you see here, the corner on the right is pressed. We have him on a streak. He's going to light up right there, get a little like bump and run separation that he will get every single time. And once he lights up and there's no safety help here from this cover one look, he is an absolute touchdown. It's something, short out elite is 1 and 0 AP at this point in the game. I think it's a great stack to have with short in elite or route tech. The reason why is those guys will cook man when they're not pressed. So really, it's like the guy's unpressable. Like right there, you see like 3 plays in a row, he's just frying, and it will happen every single time. So when it comes to beating man, specifically man press, short out an absolute must-have. The other build I want to go over here is short in elite. So short in, I have here on Herman Moore, for example. Right here, you see on the far left here, short in elite. And he will beat man coverage like later on. So he'll beat it off the press here too, but he will also beat man coverage later. Right here, lights up right there. As you can see, a C route just absolutely fries for a touchdown. But like as you see there with the timing, he lights up a little later in the play. So Herman will beat man coverage not backed off. So if he's not backed off, he will fry. But right here too, like you'll see, he'll still fry. So like boom, we hike the ball, he runs a C route, he fries, it's all day long. You guys get the idea. Short out elite on a streak versus press man is a touchdown. Versus non-press man or press man, it doesn't matter. Short in is also a great stack to have with it. Like, I'm out here getting Omaha because of how good this ability is. You guys get the idea. It's a walk in the park here. Short in elite and or route tech. They provide the same purpose. I would say route tech is just as good. They provide route tech and short in provide the same purpose of beating man non-pressed. Short out elite beats man press for a touchdown every single time. You guys get the idea. We have short out elite, short in elite, route tech, all great man beating abilities that you need to add to your tight end and receiver. Now for running back, this one you can do a lot with. I have Quadfather right here. Quadfather's been a card in the game for a while. He breaks every first tackle, as you can see right there. That is super, super nice. I like it a lot because, like, even though I don't run the ball a lot when I play games, I just think that ability to guarantee a broken first tackle, whether it's third down, fourth down in inches, maybe he's got to get a yard, half a yard. It's pretty much like a guaranteed half yard or yard because even if they blow up the run in the backfield, it doesn't matter because we're going to break the first tackle every single time with Quadfather. Like right there, like I've gotten at worst 5 yards from his inside zone. So I think I like Quadfather a lot. Another great ability to have on your running back is like short and elite to beat man, like we just talked about. A goal line back, it will be better blocking in the red zone. That's another great example. Or like Derrick Henry's like King Henry X Factor. That also it's not as good as this one because it's not a guaranteed broken first tackle, but it's an increased chance for 1 AP. So it's kind of up to you guys what you want to do. If you're more of if you're like short on AP, you want to only go 1 AP, maybe go the King Henry route. If you have 2 AP though, that's how much Quadfather costs. I would highly recommend it because as you can see here, I am just running this inside zone at will. For the quarterback ability here, guys, so obviously the most important position in football, we want to have a lot of our AP spent on our quarterback. I have Fearless, Set Feed Lead, Hydro Master, and Gunslinger. Gunslinger, I think, is a must-have ability on any quarterback that does not have the Slinger 1 release. The reason why is because Slinger 1, it's like the Aaron Rodgers release. I call it a sprinkler release, where he will get it out quick. Like you don't need it. But if you go any other QB, which does have their benefits of other releases, if you want to go different release at Slinger 1, Gunslinger is a must to get that ball out quick. Fearless, another great ability I like. Fearless, what Fearless does is unless you sack the quarterback yourself, you will never get any under pressure passes, especially earlier this Madden, like October, November, when they're under pressures in the game for cheap and no Fearless. There'd be a lot of under pressure, inaccurate throws, and that could cost you games because you can have wide open receiver, but if you're under pressure, you can throw a pick to someone that you should never be throwing a pick to. So Fearless, a must-have quarterback ability. That's usually 1 or 0 AP right now at this point in month, an absolute must-have to add to your quarterback. Hydro Master. Hydro Master allows you to put posts. So like right here, I'm calling 4 verticals, but maybe on CeeDee Lamb, I want to put a post. Maybe I want to go here more and put a C route. Versus cover 1 defense to beat man. Maybe I want to go put Kittle on a post. Maybe I want to put Quadfather on an angle route. It allows you to have post, corners, C routes, angle routes, tables on the running back here. You can do a lot with it. It helps beat all these, as you can see here, versus man coverage. You're going to do a great job at beating it. Like I just showed you in the previous receiver tips of these routes, beating man coverage, that C route before I mentioned earlier, that's only possible with Hot Route Master here. So you can play around with it. Hot Route Master, I think it kind of depends on your offense. I love Hot Route Master because of those man-beating routes that I now have that I wouldn't have before. If you don't have Hot Route Master, you want to go the apprentice route, that's also fine. But I think to make any offense take that next level, you want some sort of route chem. Now for the Set Feed Lead ability, guys, this is going to give you increased throw power or velocity on your passes. What I mean by that is this. Look at this vert wheel I'm about to throw on the left side of the field. Boom, it's an easy ball. But you see how the velocity of the ball is super, super high. I'll show it again. But this is an example of a pass that I cannot throw, and I'm about to show you that I cannot throw without Set Feed Lead. So let's say here I don't have Set Feed Lead, so I just quarterback to Randall Cunningham. I'm going to try to throw the same ball without Set Feed Lead, and you see how it gets like lobbed to the point where I can't throw it. I'll show it to you again. This is one of many routes where Set Feed Lead is such a must because if you don't have it, the ball velocity will go way down, and the ball gets pretty much like lobbed. I'm trying to throw this again here, and it's a pick. It's like Set Feed Lead is, I think, a must-have because there's so many windows that you can throw with Set Feed Lead that you can't throw without Set Feed Lead. And like I can't throw this at any point like it's a book. Out fast where you want it to beat zone and man coverage. When it comes to defensive abilities, guys, again, it's something that's kind of hard to show in practice mode, but I will kind of show you what I like to do here on defense. So I run this dollar send 5 blitz a lot. It's kind of like my base defense. So whatever base defense you guys have, whatever position usually blitzes. So like right here, my slot corners, both Champ Bailey and the Warden, I send them on blitzes quite a bit. So because I send them on blitzes a lot, I don't really ever have them, like I don't have any coverage abilities on them. Like they just have pick artists. The reason why they just have pick artists here, as you see on the left and right slot, the reason being is because it's 0 AP. So I am wasting 0 AP when they're on a blitz. I hate putting a AP on my guys where if they're blitzing, it's completely wasted that play. So I absolutely hate doing that. So I love pick artists there because if they send 5, I'm not wasting any AP, so I'm putting all my coverage in the other AP. But if they're in coverage, manned up, in a zone, whatever, pick artist is a great ability to have because it will catch tip passes. It will catch passes like that maybe wouldn't originally get caught before. It's just the idea of maybe drop picks before are now caught with pick artists. It's also the abilities that I have here on my D line. So as you can see right here, Lawrence Taylor on the right, pick artist. Aiden Hutch here, my D tackle, pick artist. The reason being for that is because edge threat, like I said on the offense side of the video, if they have a secure protector or an edge protector, edge threat and double or nothing gets countered. Because so many people have those offensive line abilities, I'm not going to put AP on my defense that's going to get completely countered. And edge threat and double or nothing get completely countered. So what I like to do is put free pick artists, again, 0 AP here on Lawrence Taylor, 0 AP on Aiden Hutchinson. What they will do is, like I said, with the slot corners, pick artist catches tipped passes every single time. So if the quarterback gets a throw out of sack and the ball gets like floated in the air by the D line, Hutchinson and Lawrence Taylor, they might drop it before, they will catch it now every single time. So if that's out of this dollar formation, I love pick artist on my end and D tackle, and I love pick artist my slot corners for that blitz and for catching those tipped picks. Now, when it comes to the coverage, I love on my safeties deep out zone KO, mid zone KO, and deep route KO. It's a super KO stack. The reason being, and Leon has the same thing, but with pick artist. The reason being is because mid zone plays stuff it should not play. Like even though these guys are in deep halves in the box, if they throw a seam streak right over the middle here, mid zone will play it. The reason why I like deep out zone is because if they maybe like lob a corner on the side or lob the ball deep and out, it will get KO'd every single time. It's why I absolutely love the ability. And if I man somebody up and they run like a deep corner, a streak, I run something maybe like this, for example. They run a deep corner, a streak, etc. I love deep route KO to knock that ability out. KOs, guys, they cannot get countered. No matter what the offensive ability is, knockout abilities, whether it's zone or man knockouts, cannot get countered. Because they cannot get countered, I love spending my AP there. On the outside corners here, same idea. I have deep out zone, mid zone, and pick artist on Mel Blunt here on the left. And it's the same thing here with James Bradbury on the right. Deep out, mid zone, pick artist. Now the reason why I don't have deep route KO on those outside guys is this. Let's say I mount Bradbury to like the receiver, for example, here on the right. You see how he has now like a disadvantage from a position standpoint, like he is way outside of him. So if Irvin runs any slant or any post towards the middle, Bradbury can't get anywhere with this baseline press. So because I run baseline press, I will not put deep route KO on those guys just because I'm not going to be putting them in man coverage a lot. They'll be in a lot of soft squats, cloud flats, maybe outside quarters. I do something like a cover 4, for example. So like cloud flats, because mid zone will work with cloud flats. Like if they throw any ball in here and he's in a cloud, he will play it. Things of that nature. So again, I love zone knockouts on those outside corners with a mid zone and deep out zone stack. But you guys get the idea. Those KO abilities, again, it's kind of hard to show in practice, but those KO abilities are absolutely great and something that you should add to your team. If you guys enjoyed this video and found some abilities that you could add to your scheme, consider checking out SteelGG, where we offer full schemes with the highest level Madden. Link to the website in the description. Use code GG at checkout for 20% off your next order.